Hello, one and all. Welcome to another episode of MMA Vision Analysis. This one, we're talking UFC 311 co-main event. Bantamweight champion Merab Dvalishvili defending his title against the Umar Nurmagomedov. Umar has a lot of things to say ahead of this fight. To my surprise, this time here, he says something very interesting. He claims that Merab wants somebody that he can quote-unquote beat. What does that mean exactly? We're going to get into those comments. Before I get started, make sure to like, subscribe, click that notification to get all of this that is new from this channel, your channel, the one and only MMA Vision Analysis. To my surprise, it seems like that Umar Nurmagomedov has a lot to say ahead of his fight against Merab Dvalishvili. Initially, Merab had a lot to say, so I'm assuming that Umar's comments are kind of provoked by the way that Merab has been behaving ever since this fight was announced. I don't think that Merab realizes that his reaction, in all honesty, me looking at this from third person, like bird's eye view, it kind of looks like a weakness. You're very clearly irritated. You voiced it time and time again. You don't want to fight this guy. I mean, I really don't know what to tell Merab. I mean, you are the champion, my friend, and that's your job. Once you reach that level, you are the target, and you have to embrace these challenges. But I believe that, number one, the way that Merab is responding to the whole situation, to me, indicates somewhat of a weakness. And I mean no disrespect to the newly crowned bantamweight champion, and I feel for him. I understand the points that he's arguing, whether it be not enough time and perhaps in his mind the wrong opponent. Like I said, usually Umar does not make much comments. You really don't hear about the guy. We haven't, definitely never heard as much from Umar as we have during this lead up to this fight here, UFC 311 against Merab Dvalishvili. This time, Umar says, that basically Merab wants an easy fight. Which, can you blame the guy for saying this? In all honesty, me personally, I can't really blame the guy, nor can I argue with him, just because the way that Merab's been behaving, leading up to this fight, the press conference was comical. I know it was not intended to be, from Merab's side especially. I mean, the guy was pissed off. And, he kept saying it. He just doesn't think that Umar's earned his shot. Whether he thinks it or not, he's fighting him, UFC 311, unless something goes wrong, keeping our fingers crossed. But yeah, it seems like that Umar's onto it. He knows that this fight's going to be very tough for Merab. He also knows that Merab is behaving almost childlike, I want to say, with no disrespect to a man that I've never met before. I'm not trying, I'm just... it's just that's exactly what it looks like. Looking at it from the outside, it's weakness. You're showing weakness if you're Merab. I mean, and the more you say, the more you show your weakness. So it's not going to be the determining factor. The fact that he's irritated and he's not happy with the fight. I mean, it's the determining factor. It's so many factors that come into play. Obviously, focus is a huge one. I don't know if Merab's been doing any of that. As for Umar, I have no doubt about the focus level that comes from that camp. But for Merab, he's showing holes in his game, and it just seems like that mentally hasn't wrapped his head around the fact that Umar, who's somebody's inevitably fighting for a title, is fighting for the title sooner than what Merab would like to see Umar fight for a title. regardless, fight scheduled. Merab's got to deal with it. Umar's onto it. Very excited for this fight. If you made it this far, appreciate you for sticking around. Please let me know what you think in the comments or like, subscribe for more.